Mothers will agree that a good relationship with your child is probably the thing that brings you the most joy in life.
I've learned that you have to put your child first and give them unconditional love and be present and engaged at all times.
My expectations are not necessarily what my child wants, and to be wise to that. So I think that our behavior and our relationship is really very important to have that understanding.
The most important lesson I've learned as a mom is to manage my own emotions and triggers first before reacting or responding to my child's emotions and behaviors. I think both mums and dads have their individual strengths and weaknesses. So in terms of the child's needs, both should be aligned in what are the priorities that they want for the child, and then work together to achieve that. Sometimes one person may have a bigger role than the other, and they may have a different relationship with the child. So as long as the priorities are aligned, I think they should be able to achieve what's best for the child.
I think it's like doing a dance, step, tango. They have to tango using the same rhythm and using the same speed. And they must understand that it is important to have a consistency in terms of delivering that to their child.
So I have two children, and my older one is actually autistic. So initially when we got the diagnosis, it was really difficult for us, especially for me, because I was sort of in denial, like blaming myself for what happened. So maybe I didn't spend enough time with her, or maybe I did not notice the signs earlier. So it takes time to process all the information and get through the emotional burden of understanding what's going on, and finally accepting who your child is, because your child hasn't changed, it's just that they experience the world differently. So from there to learning how to support my child the best way possible. And now the reward is that I can see her progress and how far she's come from the time that we got her diagnosis. So seeing that and seeing how she models some things that we have taught her, even though we may not follow it all the time, is really rewarding to see.
Well, I have been on the board of Centre for Fathering for well over a decade, and I really saw how the fathers benefited from having the courses that were being run, from the fellowship, and just from being around other fathers who wanted to do the best that they could for their families. And at the back of my mind was always, the mums should have something like this as well. So when the idea came up to start Mums for Life, I was obviously very thrilled. And I think that nowadays, life is so complicated. The issues that we face are so complex. And the more support that you have, the better you are, the more comfortable you are on this journey of motherhood, which is really awesome. So Mums for Life seeks to give that support in many ways, through the workshops, through the fellowship, and through looking at inspirational mothers and learning from them. What support you have, what position you're in, how good or how bad your children are. There will always be circumstances where your heart will be torn, but I think what you do is you say that I can get through this, and we will all be the better for it.